Barbados joined the world in observing International Day of Older Persons. Among the activities to commemorate the day was a service to conclude Senior Citizens Month at the James Street Methodist Church. It was there that Minister of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs Kirk Humphrey spoke of government's intention to train care workers for the elderly, as well as the preparation of draft legislation for the protection of older people. He went on to commend the financial institutions for implementing strict measures to protect elderly citizens from financial abuse.
Banks have become a lot more protective of older persons, so that if an older person has dementia and a family member shows up and is asking to move the assets into their name, allow them access to the bank account, a lot of banks are saying no. That you need to either come with some support from the ministry, you need to be able to prove that you're a next of kin, or you need to have a power of attorney or something that gives you the authority to be able to claim these assets. And this is an attempt to protect the older persons. And I want to commend the banks in that regard.
And over at the Queen's Park Steel Shed, the Barbados Association of Retired Persons collaborated with the Department of Emergency Management to host a seniors roundtable discussion themed Protecting Our Seniors During Disaster. Addressing that event, Minister Humphrey said natural hazards are expected to intensify due to climate change, placing the lives of elderly people in Barbados at risk.
We have a policy that has outlined 8 pillars. I won't go through the pillars, but there are 8 pillars. It speaks to economic issues, it speaks to financial issues, healthcare, and the last one speaks to disasters. And in it, we've outlined very clearly what our objectives must be to be able to address these issues before and after. And that is why this conversation is so important.
Meanwhile, BARP's president, Marilyn Rice-Bowen, wants the elderly to always be prepared for natural disasters.
When it is hurricane time season, keep a bag packed. So whenever we get a notice and you know that you must evacuate, take up that bag, take up your food supplies and move.
Barbados is prone to various hazards, including fire, floods, hurricanes, storm surges, and earthquakes, to name a few. Recently, an elderly man was severely burned during a house fire. Anesta Henry, CBC News.